Hi everyone! Welcome back to Blatantly Bookish. I'm Marissa, and today I'm here with the currently reading tag. Heather from Love Me Some Sarcasm so kindly tagged me to do this video, and I'll link her video down below. It's excellent, you should check it out. And I will also link the original video down below in the description as well. How many books do you usually read at once? I usually read 2 or 3 at once. I feel like more than that, it gets a little out of hand. If you are reading more than one at once, how do you decide to switch to the other book? It's mostly a matter of mood for me. I'll be either really into one book and just devour it even though I have another 1 or 2 started, or I'll feel guilty for not reading a different one and sort of try and get more into that purposely. Do you ever switch bookmarks partway through the book? Yes, but only when the bookmark I've originally chosen is something like a receipt or a tissue or a pencil or my memory, because those bookmarks are not usually the best bookmarks. Receipts can be okay long term. Where do you keep the book you're currently reading? I keep the book I'm currently reading really wherever I left it last. Sometimes I put it down over here horizontally on my bookshelf. Sometimes I'll leave it on my bed and end up sleeping with it because I'm little and don't take up that much space. Sometimes it is in the middle of the bed and it would bother me, so I put it on the floor. Sometimes it is left in my bag if I don't read it that night and I had taken it to school. Yeah, wherever I left it last. What time of day do you spend the most time reading? Ideally, I love waking up first thing in the morning, taking out my book and just sitting in bed for as long as I feel like before breakfast until I get too hungry to avoid breakfast, and I'll just read. At nighttime, sometimes I'll also sort of do the same thing, except instead of staving off breakfast, I'll be staving off sleep. Before I know it, it'll be 2 or 3 a.m. Afternoon is nice too, you know, in the middle of the day, especially if it's rainy, sit by the window. Okay, I sort of read any time of day, I guess. I don't really care. How long do you usually read for in one go? I usually read for at least an hour at a time. If I read for less than that, I am usually too anxious about whatever I have to do next. You know, if I only have 20 minutes to read, yes, I could probably get some reading accomplished, but I'll be thinking about whatever I have to do next, and it's just too stressful. Do you read hardcovers with the dust jacket on or off? On, unless it bothers me, and then I take it off. It's really whatever I feel like at the time. Most recently, I read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child as a hardcover, and I took the dust jacket off because it looked like it was getting worn in the position I was reading in, and it wasn't my copy, so I know people care about that sort of thing. What position do you usually use to read? So this is the position I usually read in, right in this corner, and then if I'm feeling really cozy, I'll pull the blanket up as well. Sometimes if I get sick of this position, I go to this position, which is, I don't know, people make fun of me and say that I look like a cat in this position, so whatever. Do you take your book with you anywhere you go? Short answer, yes. Lately, I haven't been taking it to the supermarket because I have to carry back all my groceries in a bag, and if I also need to put my book in that bag, it just becomes way too heavy. But otherwise, even if I don't think I'm going to read, I'll take my book with me. How often do you update the progress of your reading on Goodreads? Not often enough. No, sometimes I feel like Goodreads is a commitment. If you write that you're reading a book on there, you have to finish it. I know that's probably not true, but that's just sort of how I feel. So sometimes I won't post that I'm reading a book until I've either finished it or I'm halfway through it. I usually try and update the status on a book at least maybe twice, but I don't know, you guys probably don't want me to post every time I read 5 pages. It's a lot of notifications for you. I don't know, maybe you do want that. You can let me know in the comments below. And then who would I like to tag? I would like to tag Olivia from New York Bookworm, Katie from Books and Things, Words of a Reader, and Mrs. Hembry Reads. And I'll link their channels down below so you can check them out. And I'll see you in another video soon. Happy reading!